Hey everybody, this is Freddy the Fireman from the Wiseguyz show. I'm wishing everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We've been away for a while. We haven't been around. Our last thing we did was our Christmas show, and that went well with the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and Mike Boschetti, and Ted DiBiase Jr. Then we had our Christmas event, which was amazing. Thank you everybody for coming. Hopefully we continue the trend, and then next year we're going to blow it out of the water. But today we're going to be doing some new stuff, and this is one of the things we're doing. And today we're going to do a cooking video, and it's most people know this time of year the stuffed sweet peppers. Now this recipe goes back to my mother. I pretty much cover it exactly how she made it. One thing about me, I learned how to cook in school, grammar school, not grammar school, high school, and then I learned how to cook on the fire department. And I want you to know I was one of the cooks on the fire department in Newark, and so a lot of the guys who see me doing this know I know what I'm doing. But this is going to be the special, my mother's sweet stuffed cherry peppers, and we're also going to do the hot peppers. I'm going to go over some of the ingredients. We got the Italian style breadcrumbs. We have black pepper. We have garlic salt. We have onion powder. Pinoli nuts. More pinoli nuts. We have alige. This is, most people don't like this. You can leave it out, but it's got to be done right. It's got to be done with the alige. We have Italian seasoning. The ingredients are going to be dry, but trust me, the trick to this whole thing is going to be at the end when I explain why I'm using dry ingredients. Then we have oregano, dry oregano. We have dry parsley flakes, and then we have basil, dry basil. We also are going to use extra virgin olive oil, raisins, Pecorino Romano grated cheese straight from the Italian store. And then we have the old American bread and old Panel Italian bread. And I want everybody to know that this is where it's gonna start. And before I start though, I did wash my hands before this, but I'm gonna wash them again because any good cook, any good chef knows the very first thing you do is wash your hands. So let's go over, wash our hands, and then we'll get started on making the stuffing for the sweet peppers, stuffed peppers, whatever you want to call them. But it's an Italian tradition. I know your family makes it, but we're gonna do my mother's style. I have it to the T. So let's wash our hands and get started. All right, so we first get started, hot water. My hands are already clean, but I'm gonna double wash them because anytime I handle food, I make sure that my hands are always clean. That's the most important thing. All right, my hands are double clean, and now we're gonna do the process of the stuffing. So first I'm gonna take the Italian bread, and this is some warm water. I'm gonna just soak the bread in the warm water, just to get it nice and soft. Do both. Take this side, dump it in here. Flip it around, real nice, and take it and just squeeze out the water as best you can. Doesn't have to all come out, but as much as you can. You can leave it a little damp. Same with these now. Flip this, get that nice and drenched, and then take it and squeeze out the excess water. You can leave a little extra water in there because it's all going to come together. Then you take the American bread. Same thing. Dump it in there. Squeeze it out. Don't overdo it. Just get it wet. And then dump that in there. I'm gonna leave this out. You can use this end, but I wouldn't use it if you don't have to. I think 4 more of these should do it. I'm gonna cover it. Just press down. Boom. We're done. We'll squeeze out the excess water. And here we have just wet bread that you may want to just mix it around real good just to get it in there, incorporate everything. Break up any of the pieces of the ends. You want to just break them up. You know, it'll all melt through with as we go, because we're going to really do a good mixture to this. So now we have the bread all combined, a little damp, and now the seasoning starts. First thing we're going to start with is the oregano. We're gonna go by eye. I do this by eye because I'm used to doing it. So I'm gonna go eye oregano, get it in there. Don't be afraid. Just be a little extra. It's not gonna hurt. Remember, it's stuffing. So this all it is stuffing for the peppers. Then we're gonna get some Italian seasoning. And you don't gotta go crazy with the Italian seasoning because it's pretty much we're using Italian seasoning as we do this. Here we have some parsley. We're gonna go some parsley. You could be a little generous with the parsley. I usually use fresh parsley on this, but it's okay because trust me, the trick is at the end. I'll explain. Now we have basil. No fresh basil, just dry basil, and you'll understand why. Just follow through. The basil. Now we have onion powder. We're not using any chopped onions in this, so we're going to need the flavor for the onion, and so we're going to use onion powder. So again, by eye, you know. Just don't use too much. You don't want to overwhelm everything. A little black pepper here. Throw a little black pepper. Just be careful with the black pepper. You don't want to overuse the black pepper. Just a pinch more, because this is going to be a lot of stuffing. Then we have garlic salt. Again, no garlic in this, but we're not using salt, so we're going to use garlic salt, which will give the flavor of the garlic, and you know, just a pinch, a little here. It may look like I'm putting a lot, but I'm really not. I'm just making sure I even out the top. Now, we have the ingredients put in. I'm not doing the cheese just yet. Now I'm going to do is I'm going to add the alige. Now the alige, most people don't understand that the alige isn't just the flavor, it's the oil of the alige. So I'm going to put a little bit of the oil of the alige, and I'm going to pull out the alige. Let me get it out here. See if I can get it out. One second here. Get it out there. A few of them. Remember, the alige is this dish is really made for Christmas Eve, where the Feast of the Seven Fishes. And the alige is added because it is part of the. It is part of the, and it's just for flavor. You're really not going to get any of this in the pepper when you're eating it. I chop it up real nice and fine, and it just gets in there mixed up really well. So just throw a little bit of the alige, and the alige is in there. Now, let's see. I'm going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. For the extra virgin olive oil, not a lot, it's going to be really wet. So that's what you want at first, because you really want the ingredients to mix in. Now, I'm going to add the pinoli nuts. I'm going to go with this. My hands are full of, so we're going to go with the pinoli nuts. Get all the pinoli nuts you can in there. One bottle's good on this. You can add a little more. Most people are satisfied with just a few pinoli nuts in there. And now the raisins. The raisins. My hands are a little sticky from oil. Okay. Now we're going to add the raisins. I usually like to mix white and red raisins, but just it's for like a sweet and sour. And again, this is just now you can see it all coming together here. This is a whole mixture of all good stuff. And now, again, the grated cheese, Pecorino Romano, straight from the Italian store. We're going to throw a good portion of that in there. This will replace the salt. And now, I think I covered everything in there. And now we're going to just slowly mix it up. Let's get it all in there really well. and we're gonna just make it come to like a nice mixture, kind of like similar to when you make your meatballs. And now it's gonna get a little dry, so what do? We add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. A little more extra virgin olive oil. Don't be shy. Good stuff. That'll do it. And now we're just gonna mix really well. Now I press, and I'm gonna press and mix it. There are all these ingredients in really well. Now don't be afraid to add a little more bread if you feel like you want to. There's still extra bread here. Don't be afraid. It's just add in a little. We need the more the merrier when it comes to stuffing. The more stuffing, the more peppers we can make. So now we're mixing this really good, and now you're wondering what's next. Now here's another trick. Now that we have this all aligned into a little ball here, what I'm going to do is a Progresso breadcrumbs. Open it up. Okay. And now that we have all the ingredients, we're going to drop all this, and I'm saying Progresso because it's what my mother used. It's part of the recipe. So we're going to throw some Progresso breadcrumbs dry. Now we're going to make the mixture come to a little thicker density where it sticks together better and it becomes more like a stuffing. So mix it up, and here we go. Yeah, a little more breadcrumbs, still a little wet. You just want to make this all, look, see how it comes into a nice big meatball. But it's breadcrumbs, it's stuffing. I'm going to add a little more of this. And there is one thing I forgot. I got to try to see if I can open this. Let me see if I can get this open. I do add. Come on, I got this. My hands are a little slippery. I do add a little bit of the juice from the peppers. Just a little bit of vinegar pepper in there. And I mix it finally. Maybe put a little dash more. Oh, that's a little dash, that's it. A little more breadcrumbs. And I think we're almost done. We're pretty much put the mixture together. Everything's in there. You don't waste any of it. All this gets put into every pepper we can find. You can even, like my mother used to do, is just fry it up. And here we go. This is the stuffing. And here's the trick. It's going to go in this ball shape. Like this. And we're going to cover it up and let it sit overnight in the refrigerator. That's when all the ingredients combine and bring in all together into this beautiful, look at this amazing stuffing ball that we just made that's going to go into the peppers that we're going to do tomorrow. So this is all it is. You can cover this with a cloth, actually a saran wrap, a cloth, and just like this in the bowl, we put it in the refrigerator and we start, cleaning out the peppers tomorrow and start stuffing them and take it into the next, to the second phase. So right now, here is our stuffing. It's amazing. Here's our stuffing for the peppers tomorrow. And we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll continue to, so remember, one night, covered with saran wrap, aluminum foil, whatever. Just make sure don't air from the refrigerator gets in on it. And then we continue. All right, we're back here 24 hours later. This is the batter, the stuffing that's going to be used. For now, it's sitting. You want to take this out and make it room temperature, maybe a few hours before you use it. So it's been sitting out, and that's where it is right now. But before we get to that, I want to show you real quick. It's real simple how we do the peppers. We just use a little paring knife kind of thing, and we cut right around the edge. Take out the top, just like this. Right? And all the seeds go in there, and we do that. And we do that to the peppers, as you can see here. All the peppers we're working on them right now. But all you need to see is the paring knife come out, all the seeds. Look, that's it, done. Clean pepper, and this is what you do. So we get this all done, and all the peppers are done. So for now, that's that. Let's leave that there for now. And then here's the batter. 24 hours later, everything has been marinated. All the seasoning has been marinated. It's a little thick now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add. We're gonna make it a little wet. So now we finalize it with the extra virgin olive oil. We're gonna just dump it over the top. A little bit of that. And remember, wash your hands. I washed my hands before we started, and I just want you to know that always wash your hands every time you handle food. And then a little bit juice of the peppers, of the vinegar peppers. And now we're gonna go in here and we're gonna mix it up. Get a little bit of the peppers, the vinegar peppers. You just want to make it to like a moist batter. Like you could see, it's looking great. You could see this and smell it. It's amazing. And I think we're good. I don't even. We could add a little bit more of I think olive oil, or a little bit of just a little bit more of the vinegar pepper juice. And that's it. I think we're good. And that's it. And now you're ready to go, because everything's marinated in the stuffing. And we grab a pepper, we stuff the pepper right to the top, just like that. And get it like that, put it on the dish, grab the next pepper, same thing. Just put it right in there. Just, you don't want to overstuff it, you just want to get it right in there. Take your time, put it in there, make sure it fills up the pepper right to the top. Get it like that. Good, simple, like that. A little more. Here's another. The red ones are always good. My mother always liked the red ones, but this was a little easier because they're a little bigger. You can see, that's it. Stuffed. And then a couple more I'll do, just to show you. It's really simple. You just want to keep seeing as much as you can get in there, and then once you feel like it's it, cut it off. Pignoli nut. No matter if the pignoli nuts are on the top. And we do this process until every pepper's done. And if you have any extra peppers, any extra stuffing, we'll add it to the peppers. But here we go. And we're gonna do this once everything's done. The next step, to the frying pan. So let us finish this, and I'll show you the next step into the frying pan. All right, well, here's the finished product, everyone. This is what it looks like, all right? And we got the oil heating up on the stove. I'm going to start adding them, and I just want you to see what I'm going to do. I'll put them here for now. And then I'm going to take them, I'm hearing the sizzle, so I'm going to put them face down. Just want to seal the top. And I'm just going to go right over, right on top. We're just going to seal the top where the stuffing comes out. Only briefly. Remember, this is only going to cook. We're doing this really to cook the outside of the peppers. But before we want to at least get the top part sealed. And then that's it. So we're going to do these until we get to the brown. We're going to end up browning the outside of these peppers. And lower just a little bit. Just a little bit, so it don't pop in your face. But you get the idea. So we're going to brown these a little bit, lightly on the outside and just on the front. And then we're going to take them and put them in the oven. We'll show you the finished product as soon as we're done with everything. But this is the process. Flip them around just for a little bit. And then start browning the outside of the peppers, and we'll show you what they look like before we put them into the oven. All right, so as you can see here, there's a few that we've done. A little browning on the outside. Remember, they're going to go into the oven. So, but I'm going to take a few out here. All you're doing is we're laying them right on the pan. And listen, get a little browning. So you got a little brown on them. And we're just going to put them there. And these are the new ones that we're putting in. Just got to pay attention. You don't want to get them too brown on top because they're going into the oven. and these are just put in. So we're going to continue this process until all the peppers are done and out on the baking sheet, and we're going to put them in the oven, I believe, for 30 minutes covered, and then maybe a little longer. You just got to pay attention because you have smaller peppers, so they may cook faster or burn. So you just want to be careful with the smaller ones. You pull them out if you have to. But about 30 minutes covered, and then the last 10 minutes, you know, uncovered, and you really want to get that final bake on them, and then they'll be done. But then you got to let them sit. But this is the process right now as we're going. I want you to see, you get a little brown on them. Just a little brown. I keep flipping them now, start flipping them over. They've been in there a while. You got a little brown on them. The oven's gonna really bake them. So right now, that's all the process is until we fill up this whole baking pan. And but when we're done, we'll come back to it, and I'll show you the final product. Okay, so now we're done here. Look at this. That's the final product. For now, until they go into a 350-degree oven, we're going to cover this with aluminum foil, cover it secure. You want to get the peppers now and the insides to cook, and then at the end, maybe about a half hour into it, the aluminum foil comes up, and the rest is just a strong bake for about another 10-15 minutes, and then we'll be done. But remember, they got to come out and sit. But wait a minute, just so you know. These are the special ones. These are the hot cherry peppers. I had to separate them from the sweet ones but these are special. These are for us only, and I'm going to start the process. But right now, we're concentrating on the sweet ones. Again, we're going to cover them up with aluminum foil, and they're going to go into a 350-degree oven for 30 minutes, and then uncovered for 15 minutes, and then they should be done. They come out, and they got to just sit. And then they're good, cold, hot, however you want them. I want you to really feast your eyes on this. They're going to have to cool off for a little bit. Take the oven right here. I want you to see these babies. Come on, look at that. You have to see them up close. This is an amazing feast. This is exactly how my mother's looked. And they're just going to cool off for a little bit in this pan. And you can see everything's cooked on the inside and the outside. They could be eaten for cold antipasto, hot antipasto, however you like. At this point, they could probably last a good week and a half till New Year's if you have to. But I think they'll be gone before that. So just let them cool off, and we're gonna finish this off with a big bang. All right, everybody. The peppers have cooled down. Like I said, as an antipasto, cool antipasto, hot antipasto, this is it, and they'll last for at least a week. But I don't think they'll last that long because they go quick. But now the part comes to where somebody has to taste them, and obviously if I taste them, I'm going to tell you they're good, and Annette, she'll tell you they're good. But who can we count on to taste these peppers at this time of the night after all this work?
Who else?
What the fuck? Where the hell did this guy come from?
I've been waiting all this time.
Jump there. Okay, hold on now. Let me bring you let's start with the sweet pepper. We'll get you a nice red sweet pepper. Let's just try that one. Let's start with that one.
Wow.
I want you to be honest now. You never tried these before.
Listen, I can see that the love that you put in this recipe, I know you said, is very special for me, Mom. So I just can't wait to try it.
Remember, it's an appetizer, not a main course.
Well, remember this. I love the sweet, but I definitely like the spice.
The spice will be next, but just start with the sweet.
All right, so I'm going to tear into it.
Tear into it, baby.
Let's go.
All right, for the whole thing.
Look at that stuff.
Oh, man, it's unbelievable.
Look at that stuff. Just getting good. Very nice, very nice. I have to tell you though, even the sweet, Has a little tang in it.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
the
hold on a
vinegar.
minute.
It's the
Hold on
vinegar
a minute.
bitter.
Let me get in that stuffing because I got a little more stuffing on this one. You know what? I have to tell you something. There's no way I'm gonna get away without giving it at least the uno, due, tres, hot so.
All right, and now here you
All
have the hot pepper. This is a special. No, nobody gets the hot ones.
All right, let's get into this one. Now the stuffing, I know that you probably put a lot of time into that because I can see not just the flavor, I can see the texture in it.
The marination, there's a marination process involved. Overnight we let it sit.
Very good. I have to say, here we go. I'm waiting for the kick. Here's the kick. Freddy, I gotta tell you something. This is a 5 hot sauce.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're gonna have to do this one all together. Uno, due, tres, hot so!
Well, thank you so much. We wish you guys a Merry Christmas.
Buon Natale,
Wiseguyz.
tutta familia, and a lot of love to everybody.
And,
Be safe out there.
Stay tuned for more stuff that we're going to be doing, more cooking stuff, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So just stay tuned to the Wiseguyz Facebook group page. I want to thank Annette, my wife, the talent coordinator, who did all the filming and helped me with the preparation. But at this point, we wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Buon Natale.
I'll catch up with you one of these days, wise guy, and when I do, pow!